He's responsible for not having enough security. He's responsible for having Big there. He's responsible for not listening to security by telling them, if we go to this party, one of us gonna die tonight. Somebody gonna get killed tonight. They coming to kill us, Puff.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
He was security for Sean Combs and Biggie back in '97 when Biggie got killed outside the Peterson Museum. They had a party there. And right. Yes, and this particular security guard knew there were death threats on the people he was guarding, but he failed to tell the fire department.
He should have notified the police, but go ahead.
Yeah,
when Biggie got shot?
Right, exactly. Gene Squill is a liar. If his lips are moving, he's lying. I have proven in my past 15 videos on him that he lied about Tupac's death and Diddy's involvement. He lied about Biggie's death and Diddy's involvement. If he will lie about the two biggest events in hip-hop history, he'll lie about anything. What grown man sits up and talks about another man's life all day, every day for 8 years? No straight heterosexual man does that. The night Biggie died, Gene DEALDO told us Puff gave him the day off, and he chilled at the Beverly Hills Hotel, ordering bacon double cheeseburgers, fries, milkshakes, and looking for something to poke on, and something to poke on him. He wanted baby oil squirted up his ass. He can't possibly know what's going on in Puffy's life since the night Biggie died. He's looking at the blogs, it's gossip, hearsay, conjecture, and he's getting it from wherever he can get it from. But he's not a credible source because he was fired the night Biggie died. Gene Squill hasn't been around Diddy or his camp since the night Biggie died. He was fired that day, March of 1997, because of his incompetence and his possible involvement in Biggie's death.
Put his boys, Mark Pitts and Wayne Barrow, right over there in Ms. Waller's ear, whereas that she should have been filing a lawsuit against Clyde Davis and Arista and Bad Boy Records for the death of her son, because they did not have the proper security for the Notorious Big. In the height of what was determined the East Coast, West Coast war in hip hop.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Didn't notify the police ahead of time, and my comment was the fire department was right there in the building evacuating. Why didn't you tap someone on the shoulder and tell them?
Because he's incompetent. That was why.
So my thing is, his incompetence cost Biggie his life.
It sure did.
You know that people are coming to kill him. You've been pre-warned. You didn't call the police in advance, and fire department is right here in the building, and you don't tell anybody.
Yeah, he should have notified the police and fire department. Yeah, so did he get shot at all or what? Why did he just call 911 to get an ambulance?
They claimed they did, but it wasn't coming.
Oh, that's bullshit. No, that didn't happen. They didn't know. If they called 911, they'd have been on the phone with them, giving them instruction.
Then he later said he saw the fire department through the alley, and he just didn't think to go get them.
No. When you dial 911, they're on the phone till the fire department gets there. as soon as, oh, blah, 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 shot, oh, a bunch of folks pick up that phone. They're not just a 911 operator. It's a paramedic who grabs the phone. It's a supervisor who grabs the phone. It's 3-4 people on the phone. And the phone is also packed into a hospital. And that's why when the ambulance gets there, the doctor crew is beating them right there at the ER.
Right, because they're all patched in. Right.
No, that's all he had to do was dial 911 on the phone. And those people would have come down to where he was at. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The security guard either was forewarned and paid off by the shooters, or he took money from the people who shot the man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Those are two things. The security guard's accomplice.
That's exactly what I said.
Did he get shot?
No, he told his car to drive off.
No. Did he return fire?
No.
Okay. He's an accomplice.
Yeah, they blew through the lights, so they didn't start shooting until the security guard was halfway down the block.
The car took off, and that's when they started shooting at him?
Yeah, they were in two separate cars. The security rode with Puffy in one car, and Biggie was in his car with people. And as soon as Puffy's car pulled off, they shot Biggie.
Okay, and the guy never returned fire, nothing.
He said he was too far down the block.
Well, okay. Whatever. He already knew it was coming.
That's what I feel.
So,
Gene Squeal is a liar. If his lips are moving, he's lying. I have proven that he lied about Tupac's death and Diddy's involvement. He lied about Biggie's death and Diddy's involvement. Gene DEALDO has blamed Puff for Biggie's death, saying there wasn't enough security. You didn't need more incompetent bodies there. You needed one person that had sense enough to know, call the police. The fire department is inside the Peterson Museum, evacuating because of crowd size. Go tap a fireman on the shoulder, and they will get the police there in seconds. You call 911. He claims they called, they didn't show up. You call them again. They will dispatch the fire department that he says was right through the alley. What you don't do is drive 30 minutes with a man who has been shot up multiple times with bullets, who's dying, to go look for a hospital. Anybody that I explain this to, a fire department personnel, police, sheriffs, 100% conclude Gene DEALDO was an accomplice. He was a co-conspirator. He was working with the shooter, because it doesn't make sense to anyone with half a fucking brain why this security personnel did not call police and alert them of a death threat. Why this security did not tap fire department on the shoulder while they were inside the Peterson Museum and say, we've got death threats. They would have immediately dispatched the police. While he was outside, he didn't shoot back at the shooters. He decides to go chase them down. You lose 5 minutes doing that. Did not call 911, or they would have been on the phone with 911. He claims 911 wasn't responding. The trucks weren't responding. Ambulance wasn't responding. You call them again, and you call them again, and you call them again. And he said there was a fire truck and an ambulance right through the alley. They would have dispatched them. If everybody got on their phone and called, they would have been there. That was the shortest distance to helping Biggie then driving 30 minutes to try to find Cedars-Sinai. 1,000% Gene Deal was working with the shooter to make sure Biggie was killed. Motive was money. The shooter paid him. But the bigger motive was revenge. He hated Puff. He was jealous of Puff. He met Puffy, and Puffy was under him in their little street gang. Puff then eclipsed him, became more successful, and he had to humble himself and go ask Puff for a job. And he probably treated Gene DEALDO like the hired help. Talked down to him, talked to him any kind of way. He resented Puff's success. He was jealous of him, and he wanted to see Puff destroyed and Bad Boys destroyed. What better way to do that than to kill off their biggest artist, which is Biggie? And he didn't like Biggie, and Biggie couldn't stand him. You heard him say, Biggie said, I should get Lil C's to fuck you up. That was the night he was killed. Biggie didn't like Gene Deal. Puff didn't trust him. And Gene Deal was jealous of Puff. They paid him to aid and abet the murder of Biggie. And he did it. And now he's, for 8 years, out here talking about it and blaming Puff to absolve himself of responsibility and to make more money on these YouTube channels, cash apps, surviving off of Puffy and Biggie.